I'm Rory. I'm Twang. I'm Boots.
Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye. 4 and 20 blackbirds were baked in this pie, see? When the pie was open, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in his counting house, counting all his money. Queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. Maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes. And down came a blackbird and pecked up her nose. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye. 4 and 20 blackbirds were baked in a pie. When the pie was open, the birds began to sing. Now wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in the counting house, counting all his money, yes. Queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out her clothes. And down came a blackbird and pecked off her nose. And down came a blackbird and pecked off her nose.
Rory, Rory, tell us a story. Rory, Rory, tell it like it is.
One of the things that everyone in Popland enjoys is a good parade. And one of the highlights of the year is Birdland's Easter Egg Parade. It's a very grand affair, with bands playing and flags waving, and for weeks beforehand, all the birds are very busy building the wonderful floats that are pulled along in the procession. Boots, Bongo, Twang and I always try to be in Birdland on the day of the great parade. So you can imagine how delighted we were when the birds invited us to actually take part.
We thought it might be a good idea if you animal Kwackers led the parade in the Discovery,
said the owl who was in charge of the arrangements. Of course we agreed straight away and hurried along to the grounds where the great parade was being assembled. You never saw such activity. All the birds were hurrying this way and that. The woodpeckers and the yellowhammers were busily building the floats. The buntings were hurriedly making long strings of little flags to hang along the route. And of course the cranes were doing all the heavy lifting. Over in a corner of the field, the musicians were all busy practicing. Rockin' Robin was there, of course, and Paul Canary and Wings, and a group called the Tweet. Everyone seemed to be working so hard. Is there anything we can do to help? I said.
Oh, that's very kind of you, said the owl gratefully. There's so much to do.
Animal Kwackers always like to help, I said.
We've all got to help someone. We've all got to give somehow. Give, help, work and play anytime, any day. It's all down to you. It's all down to me. So let us tell you now, we wanna help you. You may not think you got a lot, but what you got you can share. Share out any way, you'll be grateful someday. It's all down to you. It's all down to me. So let us tell you now, we wanna help you. Birds fly high in the sky, singing songs that will not die. Why should you and me forget them? Just let them be. It's all down to you. It's all
At last, everything was ready.
Take your places, everyone, shouted the owl, bustling about importantly.
Boots, Bongo, Twang and I hurried to the Discovery, which was standing ready at the head of the parade. We climbed aboard, and the owl shouted,
Parade, forward, march!
The band of the Royal Scottish Sandpipers started to play. Stand by for takeoff, shouted Twang. And then a terrible thing happened. Instead of rising smoothly into the air, the Discovery gave a and didn't move at all.
What's the matter? Shouted the owl. You're holding up the whole parade.
It's the Discovery, I said. There's something wrong. Perhaps we need some petrol, said Twang helpfully.
Nonsense,
snapped the owl.
The petrols won't be able to help, but I know who can.
He gave a loud hoot, and a moment later, we heard a humming sound in the sky above us. Louder and louder it grew. Nearer and nearer it came. Look, shouted Twang, pointing. And there, in the sky, were hundreds of tiny, brightly coloured hummingbirds. Down they swooped, flashing and darting about the Discovery.
Ready,
shouted the owl. The hummingbirds hovered beneath us.
Lift,
said the owl. Carefully, the hundreds of little hummingbirds lifted, and slowly the Discovery rose into the air. How the crowds cheered as the parade wound its way through Birdland. And everyone agreed that our hummingbird-powered spaceship was the hit of the show. Cool, said Boots, when it was all over. That was a bit of a lark. Aye, agreed Twang. I felt a right goose when the Discovery wouldn't start. I know. If it hadn't been for all those hummingbirds, we really would have had something to grouse about. If you crack any more jokes like that, you'll drive me cuckoo, Twang chuckled.
Ooh, cool it, man. That is for the birds,
groaned Bongo, throwing his hat at Twang. Look out, shouted Boots. Duck!
Bye-bye. Ta-ra. Goodbye. So long, cats.
Rock and roll. Into the starship and off we go. Here we come to Parkland. Here we come to Parkland.